And we're back.
We are back for
Round
round five.
The final round.
The deciding round.
I'm Ryan Johnson.
I'm Noah Ross.
We're here with Dayton Magic Club Live.
Yep.
Broadcasting from the Gamehaven, Riverside, Ohio, where you get more for your games. It's fun. A Dayton Magic Club, where if you play locally, you can read locally. And get covered locally. So, we've had a long, exciting night tonight. We've seen some interesting stuff. Seen some green-white.
Yep.
Seen some black-white control.
We have.
Seen a couple blue-white controls.
We have.
No mono-red.
No mono red, which is really uncharacteristic for this room.
It is. Our first place table, table one, there's two people you've seen on camera so far.
Yes.
You've seen Kyle McDaniel.
Kyle McDaniel.
One of our early features.
With his black-green.
Black-green mid-range.
Mid-range, sure.
I'm willing to say rock-ish.
Rock-ish.
Deck with his Reaper of the Wilds.
Reaper of the
Desecration
Wilds.
Demons, removal spells.
Troll,
yeah, it was pretty
Scavenging
sweet.
Ooze.
It was a pretty cool deck.
A lot of synergy.
Will be able to draw into first place with the winner of our last round, round 4, was Matt.
Matty L.
They will be splitting first and second, almost certainly. So their combined prize pool is something like $92, $93 they'll be splitting there in store credit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
No.
Not bad at all. Our third and fourth place tables will be getting $21 a piece. And then $8.40 pays out all the way to 8th place.
Very good.
So that'll be what's going on. The table we have right now, this is actually table 3. They are a 9-point table.
Mm-hmm.
They are our highest table that hasn't been featured yet. So we figured we'd get you some new players, some new decks. They are playing for prizes. Winner of this match will place in the prizes. Loser of this match may top 8, but may also be eliminated from prizes. So something on the line. And so that's interesting. We have Nick Bowen on the left.
Yep.
And we have
Mason Perry.
Mr. Mason Perry on the right.
All right.
I don't know what they're playing.
No idea.
We didn't have a lot of time between these rounds because our feature match last round went to turn 5 of turns.
Yes.
So we didn't get a chance to really scout this match out very much for you. So we're going to learn with you. It looks like someone is playing... I don't think that's true. I want it to be true.
I'm gonna beg to differ.
We did have a Mazes End mirror last week.
Did we?
We did.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Mike Walters was playing it.
Oh, Mike.
And it was sweet. Crackling perimeter mirror. Both players had Python Needle on the crackling perimeter.
I like it.
It was great. So we'll see. This is like I said, it's not planned for first place, but money's on the line.
That's
These players definitely have something to play for here. So been a long night for these guys, and one more win.
One more.
That's what it's going to take.
One more.
So
to quadruple your money.
We are getting all situated here. So what do you think, tournament-wise tonight? What did you like? What did you see? What did you see that you thought was the best?
What did I see that was the best?
Your favorite deck you saw tonight?
My favorite deck was Kyle's deck.
I think
without question.
Now we saw some other great players, some other great decks.
Yeah.
But Kyle's deck was pretty cool, and you got to really see it when it ran. Well, and when it struggled a little bit, and you could see kind of his strengths and his weaknesses, and overall it seemed pretty good.
It seemed pretty fun.
It did seem fun.
Doing stuff is where it's at.
Moving cards between zones.
Yep.
Nick is on the play. Looks like he may be throwing his hand back.
He threw it back. Nick on the play, throwing it back. Going to 6. Hopefully he can find 6 good cards.
6 really good Magic cards.
Mm-hmm.
Fine around. Let's have a great.
No one likes to go to 5. 5 is no man's land.
No. You do.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Kyle's deck. I like to have cards that do stuff. We saw
very
a lot
proactive.
Of stock builds. The green-white decks were pretty stock. Oh, he says 5's my magic number.
Yeah, 5. Sometimes you just want to hit that sweet spot.
You know, that's okay.
The card's trying to get away from him there a little bit. That's all right.
Cards trying to get away.
So going to 5 on the play is never where you want to be.
Nope.
We'll see how it unfolds. Hopefully he manages to get, some lands, some spells, play a little Magic.
Hopefully we don't see anything stupid and 5 turns later go to game 2. That's
that
no
would not-
fun.
That's not what we want
That's
to do
no
for our
fun.
final rounds. We've seen some good Magic. We've also seen people just get mulled to 4 and get rolled.
Yeah.
You know, that's just Magic. That's the nature of the beast.
And that is...
Looks like we have some sort of green
he's,
aggro in there.
He's keeping it.
Is that an experiment one?
Yeah, that looks like an experiment one.
So it could be another green-white aggro. It's been very popular.
He's on the play. Forest and Elvish Mystic.
Elvish Mystic. That's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good play there.
And
what is
I don't know what that is.
Card.
Joe, well, we need you to help us on that one because that is.
Little fella.
So it looks like we got either mono green or green red.
Experiment 1 promo.
Oh, is that the promo experiment one?
What is that?
We're struggling over here a little bit, Joe. What's that final card that came in off that? Oh, Reverend Hunter! I saw Nick.
Whoa!
I saw Nick playing this earlier.
That is
Reverend Hunter
massive.
is insane.
Huge.
That is insane.
Wow.
So Nick is playing mono green.
It would appear.
We've been talking about that tonight, and I kind of hope we'd see some of it.
Real interesting
And
deck.
that is a Nykthos.
Wow.
That makes 4 mana.
It makes 4 mana.
He can play a Pulchronos here.
He's swinging.
Reverend Hunter
is a 5/5. He's a 5/5.
Casual 5/5.
On turn 2, no big deal. He says, "Okay, I'll take it." He's a 13.
So this is the Green
He
Devotion
says,
deck.
"Experiment 1. Go
Whatever.
ahead. No big deal." I got a feeling that Mr. Mason was excited when his opponent went to 5.
So no, your 5 is just the stone cold.
Yeah.
Now this looks like he is playing a green-black.
I
But
think
a little
I
more
saw
aggro.
a temple. He says it takes 3 because it's... Is it a Dread Mangler?
I'm going to say it's a Dreadmangler.
I think it's Dread Mangler?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big Mangs. So,
Well...
a little more aggressive build than we saw from Kyle McDaniel. Experiment ones and Dread
he's
Manglers.
definitely
A little more like
high
the old
speed.
Jund aggro from the last format. They played both those cards.
Those experiment 1s evolved. He says, go ahead.
Now he no longer has a good attack, a clean attack with the Reverend Hunter.
Yes.
Although...
He can swing in and kill a bunch of dudes.
Yep, which doesn't seem like the absolute worst. However, you are behind on cards. So you got to make your cards count quite a bit.
He says, let's do it.
I think that is a reasonable attack. I don't hate it.
What's he got in his hand? That's the secret.
Yes. Is it like some sort of insane pump spell?
If it's giant growth,
he can bestow.
He feels good.
If it's a Boon Satyr, he has enough mana to bestow.
He does?
Yes, that's 1, 2, 3,
totally
4,
does.
5. He has access to 6 mana. Man, that Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, when it is good, it is really good.
Feels really good.
So, do you block here?
Nope.
Yeah, no real reason to. Like I said, there is something to be said for double blocking it down. You can always dredge back. Not dredge, but, nope.
Oh, experiment 1.
I may have held that even. Continue bluffing.
Yep. But now he's...
Look how many cards Mason has in his hand right now. Comparatively. It is many
if
cards.
he is to drop a land and play some big monster... Oh, dear. That's a temple.
I think it might be a... Is it a temple? I think it might be a guild gate.
Yeah, it's a good. He says, putrefy?
Putrefy your
Putrefy
big
is
man.
effective.
Now, what you really want here is like a Kalani Hydra.
Yep.
Or some big Haymaker to punish him for playing that Putrefy. Doesn't look like he has it, or if he does, he's not entirely sure how to sequence. He's generating a lot of mana. Pulchronos, the World Eater, would be awesome here.
He's got 5. Got a Witch Stalker. Not a dead card at all.
He mentioned that he played Witch Stalker. And,
Witch Stalker is good.
So he does have Boon Satyrs. Yeah, I remember I had a conversation with Nick about this deck earlier today, much earlier. And he likes the Witch Stalker as something hexproof to bestow onto.
Uh-huh.
So he does have Boon Satyrs. Yeah, no attack here, but there's definitely an attack next turn, potentially.
Yeah.
It's going to force through potentially 5 damage.
Which Stalker has Hexproof? What's the second ability?
Whenever your opponent plays a blue or black spell on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter
Okay.
on it. Not particularly good, second ability.
No.
Mostly it is
in
a
this
trained
matchup,
Armadon.
it is not good. But
Now, the game's kind of pulling away from Nick. He needs something big to punch through it. I'm thinking Polkranos, the World Eater. I'm thinking Kalani Hydra. I'm thinking...
there are a lot of experiment ones out right now.
You know, there are certainly very good cards. Nilia.
Yeah. The God.
Biggest Garruk.
Big Garruk would be
Big
really
Garruk
nice.
Plus would be pretty good right now.
Really nice.
So I don't know what of those cards he has, but he needs something to punch through.
If he's playing the bow right here, it would be fun.
Bow gives all your guys Death Touch, and then has like roughly 600 other abilities.
It has approximately 600 other abilities, yes. That's awesome.
Nope. No
But
land.
he's got a forest.
Yep. He's running out of time to draw something good.
Yep.
I really was pretty clutching on that Reverend Hunter. That Reverend Hunter was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good pull right there. Mason's thinking about his next move here. He's like, can I attack for value here? What's he got? Oh, it takes 4 because it's... oh, dear.
Oh, my.
That's going to evolve. I think they've all got 3 on them.
That is a bunch of men.
That...
So...
all of his guys are bigger than all of Nick's guys.
Not where you want to be.
No. At this point, Mason can just...
I don't need time to start crashing.
go to the dome here.
Now, you don't want to leave yourself... if you attack,
Yes.
you have to make sure that you're not dead on the swing back. I think that's probably... you can definitely do that, though. I think that's probably a pretty good attack. Pretty conservative. Time to start just abyssing your opponent down, forcing him to block. If I'm Nick here, you're pretty much in an untenable position. You can't tell your... if you don't block, you have a really hard time surviving. Next turn, if you do block, the game's not getting any better for you.
He's going to chump here.
Yep.
Chump to only take 4. Okay. And he's going to hope to get something high impactness. What's he got?
Another forest.
A forest.
All right, now that Desecration Demon is going to start being a real problem. Excuse me. You just don't have a good answer. Either you're sacrificing a guy or you're not. Either way, you're dead pretty quickly.
Yep. He says, this guy, just go ahead. Have at it.
Oh, man. I just want Nick to draw like it's some sort of huge miscutter Hydra.
That would be cool. Oh, dear.
So, trigger on the stack.
Well, no, he said, don't worry about it.
Okay. No fear.
He says, block, takes 6.
Yeah, it's game of attrition here. I can't think of a card that would be in Nick's deck that gets him out of this situation. Just hope for a better hand with more cards in it in game 2.
Does Nick have a card here at the bottom of the screen?
I don't know what that is. Yeah,
Nope,
that's enough.
What is that? Frog tokens.
Oh, obviously he has tin full of frog tokens.
Okay. There you go.
For frogs.
Well, when you mold a 5, you don't tend to win. And that's what we experienced just now.
Really good start, though.
Yeah, it looked good for a minute.
I'm curious when I see Shrine to Nykthos, or Nykthos Shrine to Nyx,
Yes,
it makes you think you have something real big you're trying to cast.
I would expect.
I'm curious as to what it is.
I bet it's some Hydra of some kind.
That's a good guess. I like the biggest Garruk.
Big Garruk would be outstanding.
I think that Nick actually has World Spine Worm.
What?
I think that he actually does.
Hard. Yes, he does.
That was not Joe messing around. He literally has World Spine Worm.
Cast the World Spine Worm. Why not?
So, like, something I've seen with these decks is you play Big Garuk.
Yep.
You +1.
Mm-hmm.
You draw a bunch of cards.
Yes.
Because your deck is all green creatures.
Yeah, it is.
And then you use the mana from Nykthos that you use to ramp up to Garuk to cast all those creatures out of your hand, and then just repeat. And it just gets really out of hand. So I don't know if he has that engine, but that seems really good to me.
Yeah. Nykthos can do its best Gaze Cradle Impression.
Yes.
And just unload. If he can get that sequence of events to happen, it'll be really tough.
I'd like to see that.
So hopefully he can keep 7 this time.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
It'd be nice.
And, I think Mason's a gentleman. Mason will probably mull down to 5 with this game.
He certainly will. Got to square it up.
Yeah.
Mason is going to his board. He's probably pulling out anything that says kill a creature.
That is certainly what you want in this game.
He has access to black spells, which it would appear that Nick did not have access to black spells.
I would say that when I see Nykthos, I'm thinking monocolored deck.
Yeah, it's something that you can safely assume.
And with that, the more target removal, the better. Mason can kind of play the control deck with his big flyers and removal spells. And Nick is definitely the beatdown, as he really doesn't have any way to interact, I would imagine, outside of the combat phase.
Yeah, that's going to be his plan, is to hopefully keep 7 and then dump his hand as quickly as possible and turn.
For example, if he had a follow-up Reverend Hunter after that turn, every Reverend Hunter is bigger than the one before it. The one was already pretty large. Another Reverend Hunter could have really gotten ahead of the curve there and let you keep attacking.
Awesome. Frogs.
Those are those frogs.
They're awesome. So
obviously the problem, game 1, was that Nick didn't have enough frog tokens.
Yeah, he missed out on all of his frog tokens. Looks like he's making like a trident of frogs.
Yeah. And that's where you want to be, for sure.
Did you not win? Staring at disgrace. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
We're just talking with fellow Dayton Magic Club member Derek Dyer, who did not have the night that he was hoping for tonight necessarily. And whose fault is that?
Apparently it's my fault. I lent him a deck, and
he was not appreciably grateful.
No, he claims that the mana was bad, and that's why.
What deck was it?
It was a Celestia aggro-ish deck.
How bad could mana possibly be?
I have no idea. There's nothing in the deck that takes more than 1 colored mana of either color, except for Boon Satyr and Advent of Worm. So I think Derek's just a little salty.
I think that's very possible.
Because he went 3 and 2, and I think he wanted to do better.
Well, I don't blame him for that.
No. Play to win. Play to win.
Yep. Looks like Nick is keeping his 7. Let's see if that's true. Mason looks fairly happy with his 7.
Yeah, he's checking it out. He keeps looking at it. He's thinking about it.
He's thinking about it. That is a man that is unsure of a hand.
Nick will be on the play. And that's something that Mason needs to consider. Because he's going to be a turn behind. And
this is true.
As we saw in the first game, if Nick gets the right mix of cards, it can get pretty nasty.
Big. Now, with that said, Nick can kind of catch up with cards like Burning Tree Emissary, which kind of lets you leapfrog a turn and developing your board. And that's what these two decks are going to do, is they're both going to just kind of develop their board. They both play to the board pretty aggressively.
Yep.
And
I'm not really sure what's happening here. I think they're just examining their hands.
They're just having a good time.
They're just checking it out. Oh, looks like we got action. Turn it sideways. Play Experiment 1, Promotional.
The Experiment 1
We've seen that card a lot tonight.
It has been a very popular card tonight.
I think it fits right now. When it first came out, it didn't get a whole bunch of love, a little bit.
And there's a lot of good 1-drops right now.
There's what is that card? Whoops. I think we goofed up. There you go.
What is that card?
I am not sure. That looks like a Tusker.
Is it a Colonian Tusker?
That fella right there.
A little Tusker?
And I'm not really sure what he picked up. I didn't. He says, there you go. Swing in for 2. And it's your turn, I think. Gotta be. There's nothing left to do. Okay.
Alright.
So this is going a lot better for Nick.
This is the kind of
He
start.
has stuff, and
And he's got some things.
Mason has yet to have stuff. There it is.
Yeah, there's some stuff.
But yeah,
And
Experiment 1
Tormented Hero?
looks like Tormented Hero. Yep. Evolves. Feels pretty good. That's our Black Savannah line.
Yep.
It gets a little better if you play some targeted buffs of some sort, but I doubt that's what he's
I doubt
doing.
that's the main plan for it in this
Yeah,
deck.
I expect it to just be the old
There's Nykthos.
Black Savannah Lion. He says, "Let's do this.
No fear.
Let's do this. Come on, block." That's what he's looking at his chops. It's going giant growth. Watch. He won't giant growth.
I'm probably not going to giant growth necessarily,
No.
but
It is an option.
it is an option.
It is out there.
We'd be fools to discount it. Is that a boon sitter in his hand? Yes, it is.
Okie dokie.
So he's
Kyle.
going to flash in a boon sitter before damage.
Oh,
Yeah. You guys wanted that?
Oh yeah, thank you. Kyle dropping off his deck list for the deck.
Oh,
We were just
dropping
talking about this.
We're going to exploit it.
I
And,
still haven't decided on my 4-drops. If you notice, I'm playing 4 different 4-drops.
Yes,
hey, variety is the spice of life. All
I
right.
like the one Liliana's Reaver.
Why not, right?
Other than that, it's Sluzzy Charm. It's become relevant.
I understand.
Slesny Charm is an effective removal spell.
So we see just a bunch of 1-drops
that's a Witch Stalker.
and out of Mason and a Curve out of Nick. Nykthos is producing roughly all the mana. He has access to 5 mana this turn.
That's a lot of
Powered by
mana.
Nykthos.
This could get out of hand right now.
I want to see like a big Hydra.
If he drops a Hydra right here, it could spell disaster. He says, let's rumble. Let's do this. He says, I don't even care.
He does not even care. He has enough mana to bestow.
He can bestow, which would be an absolute blowout. He says, what's this card do?
See. Oh, it makes
Let me
it
just
every
see.
piece of
Let's
mana.
count, and then he'll probably count the devotion here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, that's just enough to bestow.
That is a magic number in these green decks.
Yes.
So
Deciding on blocks here.
I don't know.
If there's just no profitable blocks
There's
here.
no profitable block. There's no block.
But he is at 13, so he's probably going to do something.
He's
He's in a tough spot. He missed his land drop.
yep.
All he has out
It's
is
kind of the opposite of last game, right? Where
Yeah.
now his guys are just outclassed across the board.
We switch sides here.
And what's going to happen is whatever he tries to
This
double block
is-
down is going
here
to
you
get
go.
blown out by Boom
Boom.
Sitter.
Yeah, now that fella is what?
He is a 7/5
7/5,
hexproof.
getting blocked by two 2/2s.
Interestingly enough, in this matchup, 7/5 hexproof might just get all the way. I mean, like you can't target it down.
Oh, he's not hexproof. This is a Tusker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a Witch Stalker.
No, the Witch Stalker
Is just
was blocked by one little guy.
So that's not how necessarily you wanted that turn to go.
No.
If you were Mason there.
Yeah, that one about as bad as it could go for Mason.
He didn't have a lot of good blocks.
No,
He just
no.
did not.
He was staying alive, and Nick capitalized. Mason takes his draw. He's hoping to get what? There's just nothing.
Nope.
I don't see how he can make this happen unless he says land perish. Would be about it. And
Perish
even
would
that
be
would
it.
be the game.
Yep.
Boom.
Lifebane Zombie, get some more information.
Not awful. He says take that and why
and
is
he
his,
is dead on board.
why is his that okay.
That should have been on
Missed an
okay.
untap step, no big deal.
I am livid about it, honestly.
I am too. I'm about to go out there and tell him. I'm not.
No, you're not going to do that, probably not.
I won't do that at all. That would be rude.
So,
So Nick is
What we'd
taking
expect.
the
nope. There we go.
I thought he would be conservative, not too greedy. He's got He says, sure. Trades these. Take what, 2?
Yep.
Taking 2 or 3.
And then we got another external one. No,
No.
Elvish Mystic.
Elvish Mystic.
The least aggressive creature. All right.
And
now, Mason, I don't know what you have access to.
yeah.
I like the Perish idea.
Hibernation might be cool.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Hibernation would be effective. Exhaustion? I don't know. None of these cards that I'm saying
have been legal in standard
They're
for
distant
10
memories.
years.
They've changed their ways. They used to do color hosing
Much more aggressively.
Nowadays, it's just not there.
You ever played against Karma?
Karma, Light of Day,
Yeah.
Boil,
Chill. Yeah, these were men's.
Scald. You know.
Yeah.
They're there. Perish again. Wow. How many games to perish?
Perish.
Thanks.
Virtue's Ruin.
Thank you guys. You are awesome. But they kind of stopped doing that.
They did.
Kind of stopped.
Serve.
You don't see the circle protections anymore.
Oh, I miss those.
No way that he wins. That he can survive, right? Take 3. Go ahead. You're gonna regenerate. No, you
That's good.
1. And there's nowhere to go from here.
Just looking to see what his options are. I don't know what he could have that's just not more chump blocking. He needs literally 2 blockers.
Yep.
And even that's not going to stem the tide too much.
Well, he's at 1.
Yeah.
He needs a blocker and a removal spell.
Yes.
At minimum.
At minimum. And even that's not so much getting you back in this game as it is just kind of delaying the inevitable. So we'll see how this one winds up. And I firmly anticipate going to a game 3.
Nick is at 20, so it's not as if he's in a hurry.
So.
Let's see. What do we got? So even if he were to find a removal spell, the biggest target on board would just make a 4/2.
Yes.
Boop.
Alright, he's dead.
Zombie. He says that. He says, sure. Whatevs. And I'm not sure. Nothing left. Okay, we're done.
There we go.
Alright. Well, that game went about as well as it could for Nick.
Yes.
And about as bad as it could for me.
That was just... We haven't really seen these decks at full power just really crashing into each other yet. That has not happened.
That's what we need to see.
Let's see that for our final match of the night. Let's just see these 2 decks
final game.
firing on all cylinders.
We need to see land drops being hit and
curves being
exploited.
Yeah.
That'll be optimal.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle is playing Drug Mangler.
He's a neat guy.
This is the list.
Let me just see.
Take a quick peek.
He's so confused.
There's a lot going on there.
He says
4 Mutavaults might be a little ambitious.
4 Mutavaults is real ambitious. He's got 2.
He won the tournament with this list.
2 Erebos, 1 Liliana's Reaver, 2 Reapers, 2 Demons. He is what do you call that?
That is
all over the place.
Yeah, a little all over the place.
4 Thoughtseize.
That is so many thoughts. This is all 4 abrupt decays. 3.
That is just a lot of abrupt decays. And
it's really well positioned right now.
This deck, it can go both ways.
Yeah.
He's got main deck 4X Scavenging Ooze.
That is a lot of. Well, it's part of the engine, I guess, with the deck.
Absolutely. It goes together, as they say. It blends together. So in a matchup, I don't know, against the aggro matchup, he's got abrupt decays and scavenging ooze. So
against a control matchup, he has 4 Thoughtseizes, 4 Mutavaults.
4 Mutavaults. And even he's got Reaper of the Wilds, which is nearly impossible for a targeted removal spell to kill. So
we're going to put this up on the website, DaytonMagicClubwebsite.com. This is our first place list for tonight. We're also going to get Bruce's list, his blue-white control list that took him to the top table.
There you go.
So, if you want to see what did well here locally in the greater Dayton area tonight. I recommend checking that out. We'll have full standings, and decks that everybody on camera played, and our deck lists for our first place table.
Yep.
That'll probably go up tomorrow sometime.
Yeah. We'll have many deck lists.
Yes, that's the plan.
To research.
You know, if you want to, as with the players that decide to keep their hands, we talked a little bit about the concept there. If you want to play at the national level, it's certainly worthwhile to check out the deck list that they're playing at the national level. But I think there's a lot of value to if you are playing locally primarily. I think a lot of players spend most of their time playing at FNMs. It's a different metagame, and it's definitely worth it to pay attention to not just taking the decks from the Pro Tour, which were built to play at the Pro Tour against a different metagame, but to pay attention to your local metagame and look at the decks that are doing well locally, because those are the decks you're playing every week, and those are the decks you have to beat if you want to win those FNMs.
Exactly.
So we're going to provide that resource for you guys as to what's doing well here in Dayton, so you can take that out to your local stores and do well locally. So let's get back to the game here. We've seen a mana full start from Nick into a Lotleth Troll from Mason. I would love to see him cast something real big with all this mana. We really have seen like just a bunch of like threes and stuff. I want to see something huge.
Shrine in hand.
That's so much mana.
According to Joe, he's got a shrine in hand.
Yep, there it is.
It could get pretty nasty.
I want to see like a Pulchronos.
Yeah, just slam a Pulchronos. That would be so fun. Tinderwall.
I don't think it's a Tinderwall.
What's a Tinderwall? Tinderwall?
Tinderwall?
Yeah. Like an 03 or something? 04?
Tinderwall's the one that you can sack to make red mana. I see something. I don't think you can play Tinderwall. I don't think you get to. I think they took it from us.
Oh, that. From like way back.
Oh, way back. I'm trying to remember where it came from originally.
It was like
Ice
Mirage
Age?
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Ice Age. Yeah.
Mirage was Wall of Wood.
Wall o' Wood. What a great card. Okay, he's thinking about what his next move is.
So
Did I see a bow? Does he got a bow in hand?
Is it a bow?
I don't know. I saw something. Maybe it was another experiment one.
Is that a Varl?
There's an experiment one.
That Mason played that turn?
It looks like a Dread Mingler.
Oh, okay. That's not nearly as exciting.
Not at all.
Varls.
Yeah, Mason played a Dread Mingler and swung in for 5. Reminiscent of the black-green zombie decks from
Yep,
before
this looks
rotation.
very black-green zombie-ish.
Nick is stewing. He tapped an Elvish Mystic to play an experiment one.
He needs to get those experiment ones involved.
With the Shrine out, you don't lose any mana. Oh, my.
There we go. That's going to be a good way to activate the
dear.
Shrine. Let's get our evolved.
Oh,
first.
do it. Do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We should have evolve counters on those experiment ones.
Yeah. Boom. Pulchronos. 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 Boop, boop. It looks like he's reaching for the Pulchronos. Boom. He is. That's
exactly what I was asking for.
that
How much mana will he have access to next turn if everything lives? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
And then that's a
9. That is a bow.
a bow. He'll have like 10 mana or so.
Yeah.
That's enough to Pulchronos for like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
And activate the bow.
Yep. Oh,
Why not?
Oh,
Why not?
man.
Mason is staring down the barrel of a cannon.
Said, Nick, I need you to put down that gun.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Let's get some good camera done.
There we go.
There we are.
Yeah, Mason's not happy right now.
This deck is sweet.
This deck is awesome. And let's not forget that that Nick has 3 land out. So, just 3.
Yeah. And that's like on curve.
Yeah.
He hasn't missed 15 land drops
Nope,
here.
he hasn't missed the land drop. He says 3's enough. If it's the right
That's
3.
a Scoos.
Yes.
And if we were playing fair Magic, that scavenging ooze would be real good.
It would feel awesome right
But
now.
we are playing some sort of insane Bizarro world where we could have as much mana as you want.
I can't remember all the modes of the bow, but I think one of them is deal 2 damage.
It's a target creature with flying.
Oh, okay. One of them says...
Put 4 cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library.
Okay.
One of them puts +1/+1 counters.
On everybody?
I don't remember how it works. It's got a million modes. It does like all kinds of things.
There are 4. One for each season.
Yeah, they say that, but like, I want you to look at all 4 of those abilities and tell me what season they'll represent.
Well,
Alright, so put 4 cards from your graveyard at the bottom of your library. Which one's
Yes.
that? What season is that?
Okay. That, to me, is spring.
Okay, but what about the +1 counters?
That is...
Is that summer? Is that fall because it's the harvest?
Yes.
Okay. And then the deal 2 damage to our creature with flying is winter.
Is it?
Is it?
What's the other one?
I don't remember.
The secret ability?
The secret mode?
I don't know. I almost think that's... Yeah, it's gotta be winter. So then what's summer? I don't know. All we know is that there are 4.
There are 4.
There's one we can't think of, but they're all good.
I'm sure they're all
And
good.
almost, almost to, they're almost negligible at this point. Because he's swinging in with giant monsters that
And they
all have death touch.
touch.
He says, but first, let me do this. He's going to monstrous for 10. Oh, wow. Boom.
It's XX, so...
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Well, for 5 damage coming across, what are you picking?
Said, are you serious? What is happening right now?
Yeah. This
Alright, that is enough.
That's fine.
That is enough.
Man.
I'm so excited we got to see Polkarnos get monstrous.
yeah, that was amazing from Nick.
So, basically what we had here was kind of a quasi-mirror. Green-based aggro decks.
Yes.
And one of them could generate 1 billion mana whenever it wanted.
Yep.
And one of them decided it would rather not do that.
Yep.
And so we got to see the guy, Nick, just power through with his huge mana engine when it came online.
Nick, yeah.
And we saw Mason, a couple timely removal spells, which is what his black gave him, could have been huge there.
Yep.
So, but
Nick's
didn't see him in
deck
time.
just came out too hard and too fast.
Yep.
Too fast, too furious, right?
Exactly.
That's the name of the game tonight.
That's the name of the game tonight.
And Nick lived up to it.
So, Nick takes down round 5, 2-1.
Yep. Chances are pretty good he'll finish 3rd or 4th and collect $21.
He will be playing for 4th place.
Congratulations.
As there is a table between him and the top table, table 2.
You're right.
We have been playing
You're right.
for 3rd.
Right.
So, congratulations to Nick. Congratulations to Kyle McDaniel and Bruce Jiffins, our 2 undefeated players tonight.
No, Matt.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. Why do I keep thinking Bruce?
I don't know, but that's
yeah,
fine.
they're both playing Blue White Control.
Yeah,
that's
they
why.
were both playing very similar decks.
But yeah, congratulations to Matt and Kyle, our 2 undefeated players. And I think it was a great night. We got to see a lot of interesting decks. We got to see this mono green deck finish it out, which was a pretty sweet way to end the night.
One thing to consider is that we saw 0 mono red
0 mono red
and 0 mono white or white splash.
Yep. That's true.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The linear all-in aggro decks were absent tonight.
Absent.
And that's interesting.
Very interesting.
I wonder if we'll see a resurgence in those or if these green-white decks are just too good at shutting them out.
It's possible.
We'll see.
We will have to wait and see. Be waiting on the edge of your seat for that.
Absolutely.
For next week.
So, you want to see the deck lists of our undefeated players? You want to see everybody's standings?
Mm-hmm.
You want to read the articles by some of the players you saw tonight and about how to win your local tournaments?
Mm-hmm.
And just general thoughts on Magic? You want to check out David King's FNM Hero project, which I think is really interesting, and I can't wait to see what comes from that. You want to suggest some decks? You can do all that at DaytonMagicClubwebsite.com.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, for the last time, signing off, I'm Ryan Johnson in the booth with
Noah Ross
here at The Gamehaven,
The Gamehaven,
Riverside, Ohio, where you get more for your games, which is what you want to do, I'm sure. So, thanks for checking us out. Thanks to Fritz, our webmaster, and Joe Plank, our content director, tonight.
Big ups.
And we'll see you at DaytonMagicalWebsite.com. And check us out next week, same time, same place, for more local Magic Tournament action.
I'll probably be playing, so bring in the white team.
And I will almost certainly be commentating because
you love it.
I do. It's a
You
good
love
time.
it.
So thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you next week. Good night.